What are you scared of? I'm going to try and make this YouTube video as short as possible, and also short and sweet, and as valuable as humanly possible. But what are you actually scared of, right? And you might be like, okay, Michael, what do you mean? What do you mean, what am I scared of? Like, I'm not scared of anything. You are. Right now, there's something holding you back from living your dream life, and that is fear. The only thing holding you back is fear. For example, maybe you want to move to Thailand. Maybe you want to move to a different country. Maybe you want to retire your parents. Maybe you want to do something with your life. You have a dream and you have a goal in mind, but you don't do it. Why don't you do it? Why don't you take the first step? The first step could be posting a YouTube video. The first step could be starting to post on Instagram regularly. The first step could be starting a Telegram channel. The first step could be hopping on call with a mentor. Whatever. Just why don't you just take action? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of other people's opinions? A lot of you guys, you might be like, oh, I'm not afraid of anything. This is the thing you're actually afraid of if you're procrastinating. You're afraid of success. You know that if you put in the work, deep down in the back of your mind, you know that if you put in the work, you would get the results. You're just scared. You don't want the results. And do you want me to tell you, I'll tell you exactly why, and I'll break it down really quickly for you. It's because the current version of yourself that you are right now isn't able to get the results you want, because otherwise you'd already have them. I'll say that one more time. The current version of yourself you are right now isn't able to get the results you want, because otherwise you'd already have them. So you've got to become a different version of yourself, right? What does this mean? How do you become it? Like, do you just, how can you become another person? How can you become another version of yourself? This is exactly how. You change the habits. You change the daily actions which you do. You change the people you hang around with. You change the environment you're in. You change the YouTube videos, right? Maybe instead of scrolling Instagram Reels from now on, instead you watch YouTube videos by successful people and you try and write things down, right? Maybe you buy a journal. Maybe you buy a notebook. You start writing things down. You start planning. You start having a plan, right? The only thing you need to really become successful and achieve any goal is to have it written down so you know exactly what it is, then to have a plan on exactly how to do it, and then just execute on that plan. Right, and now let's say you might be like, okay, but what if that plan doesn't work? Well, when you use the AAA method, which I've already explained in the previous video, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but it's action, analyze, adapt. So you do the action, you execute on a plan. Let's say it doesn't work, or you analyze. Okay, why didn't it work? What can I improve? Okay, and then maybe you change the tasks, or you change parts of a plan, or you add on parts to the plan. So right now, what are you actually afraid of? You're afraid of success. You know that you could become that next version of yourself. You know you could achieve that dream goal if you just put in the work, if you stopped scrolling, if you stopped watching YouTube videos like this, and instead you just did the tasks that you know need to get done. But instead, what are you going to do? Ask yourself right now, what are you going to do after this YouTube video finishes? Are you going to go back to what you were doing? Are you going to go back to Instagram Reels? Are you going to go back to TikTok? What are you actually going to do? And what I want you to do is I want you to grab a completely blank piece of paper, okay? And I want you to grab a pen or a pencil. That's all you need, a blank piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. And I want you to write down exactly what it is you want. Maybe it's $10,000 per month. Maybe you're fat. Maybe it's getting in good shape. Maybe it's starting a YouTube channel. Maybe it's, what else could it be? Traveling to a different country. Write down the exact goal you have in mind, and then just write down a plan. This could be 5 steps, 10 steps, 15 steps, 20 steps. Don't make it more than 20 steps, and don't make it less than like 2 steps, because otherwise you'll get past the 2 steps and then you have no idea where to go. Make it very brief. In fact, if you want a better example and an even more clear thing to do, use ChatGPT. Write down the goal you have and say, ChatGPT, how can I make this into a 10-step action plan? And it'll give you the exact things you need to do, and then execute on them. Do them. And then analyze, and then at least you got some momentum. Momentum is the most powerful force in the world. As soon as you've got momentum on your side, everything else starts falling into place. I've realized something, everything in this world is a domino effect. For example, me tapping this YouTube play button, right, and just starting, well, not YouTube play, I went onto camera, just pressing start, right, and just starting the video, that led to me talking about a certain topic. The first topic was, what are you afraid of? You're afraid of success. The next topic is about plans. It all led on. I didn't have this all planned out. I had one topic in mind, which was, what are you afraid of? What are you scared of? But that led to the next topic. So right now, you've got your blank piece of paper. You've written out your plan. Now, all you need to do once this YouTube video finishes is just do the first step of a plan. As soon as you've done the first step, go on to the next step. Then the next step, then the next step, then the next step. And you'll be surprised by how far you'll come. Even if you don't get the dream result straight away once you finish the steps, you'll be surprised by how far you've came. How different, I want you to close your eyes right now, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Just listen to this question and answer it, okay? How different would your life look if you just locked in for these last 2.5 months of 2024? How different would your life look? And I mean by lock in, I mean you spend every single minute of your day as productively as possible. Right now, that doesn't mean you don't read books and you don't invest into knowledge, because that is productive. But you actually do the action plan. You do the thing that you've been putting off. You do the thing that's hard. You go through the suffering. You go to the gym every single day. You wake up early in the morning. You work really, really hard. You analyze. You try and improve every single day. You try and learn new lessons. You listen to YouTube videos. You listen to courses, and you actually apply what they say. You write it down. Remember, what's written will be retained. You write it down. And you actually act upon it. You execute. How different would your life look? Whatever goal you have in mind, I promise you, you could get very close to that goal, if not achieve that goal, by the end of 2024, if you genuinely lock in. Right, and now I want you to answer this question within 3 seconds, okay? So you got 3 seconds to answer this question as soon as I finished asking it, basically. Are you actually going to execute on what I've said? 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? I'll give you one more chance. Are you actually going to execute on what I said? Are you actually going to take action on what I said? Yes or no? Whatever answer you came up with, make sure you go ahead and you stick to it. If you said no, waste the last 2 months. Who cares? Waste the last 2 months. If you said yes, go for it. Actually do it. Just do the first step. Trust me, everything else leads. One thing I've realized, if you don't know, it's like trying to go up a staircase without going up the first step. Right? Imagine there's a huge staircase leading to the top of a tower. And you're trying to get to the top of the staircase, you're trying to get to the tower without going on the first step. You have to take it one step at a time. Right? An example I always like to give to my clients and people I work with one-to-one, and by the way, I'm not selling you anything, I'm just telling you. An example I always like to give is that you're in a forest. Okay, and as soon as you've started to take, look at that. How beautiful is the world? These leaves are amazing, aren't they? Look at that, wow. And this isn't edited at all, look at that. The leaves, I just noticed, the color gradient or whatever is looking amazing. But yeah, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so let's say you go into a forest. As soon as you take the first step in your life, you have a torch now. Now you can see in front of you. But guess what? You can't see 100 meters in front of you. You can only see 1 meter in front of you, 2 meters in front of you. As soon as you went 1 meter, boom, you go on to the next, right? I'm stepping. Boom, slowly. You step forwards, back, forwards, forwards, forwards. You're always going forwards. But you cannot, right now, I can't see 100 miles forwards. I can see about 1 mile forward. So I take that mile, then I'll see the next mile. Take it one step at a time. And understand that momentum is the most powerful force. So as soon as you've done one thing, it'll lead on to the next thing. And the thing is, from that one thing, you'll get so much motivation and so much desire to move on to the next thing, that then that next thing will move on to the next thing. And it'll keep on going. So just focus on the first thing. So I want you to right now, get that blank piece of paper, stop this YouTube video, pause it, or just wait. I'll finish in the next 30 seconds anyway. Wait for this YouTube video to finish. As soon as it's finished, go ahead, get a blank piece of paper. At the top, I want you to write down, what are you afraid of? Underneath, I want you to answer straight away with success. Okay, and I need you to actually do that. What are you afraid of? I'm afraid of success. And then I want you to write down exactly what success means to you and your next goal. It could be money, right? Money's an important one. Health is a very important one. If you're not in good shape, focus on that before money. Because trust me, it actually helps, which is weird, but it does actually help. If you're in good shape, you have the discipline required to become rich as well, or at least become decently well off, right? And I want you to ask yourself, how far could you come if you actually locked in? Right? Where would you be 2025? It's going to be January 1st. There's no way to avoid it. You cannot physically avoid it. As long as God is so wonderful that he allows you to continue living until 2025, January the 1st. As long as he is that nice and you do live till then, you are going to wake up on January the 1st. You are going to wake up on January the 1st, 2025. But the question is, will you have achieved this goal? Will you have taken action? This video is going to haunt you for the rest of your life if you don't take action. Because you'll look back on it and you'll be like, oh wow, I just wish I took action. So anyone who's listening to this, who you think, oh, I don't know exactly what my goal is, just get a blank piece of paper, just write something down. And just go on ChatGPT and work out a brief plan, a 10, 15 step plan on exactly what to do. And just start with step 1. Start with step 1. Momentum is the most powerful force. Everything else will continue. I hope you enjoyed this future video. Make sure to obviously like, subscribe, all of that nonsense. In the description, I'll have, Zoom meeting. I got a meeting in a moment, but in the description, I'll have my Instagram. You can check my Instagram out. Got amazing stuff there. I post pretty much every single day on my stories, give you guys a bunch of value. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe. Peace out.